Mission Pro Wrestling, the symbol of excellence in women's sports entertainment.
Yes! Welcome to another episode of Mission Pro Spotlight. Hello, Mission Pro fam. I am Myndrunner, aka your Tio Frio, and we are here to rock this Juneteenth episode where we will be spotlighting a lot of Black Lady Wrestling and all kinds of cool milestones that have happened in Black Lady Wrestling. And with me tonight, my co-pilot for this evening is the incomparable Dora. What's up?
Hello. Not much. It's been a busy day getting my daughter ready for her dance pictures. So
dancer. So does that make you an official dance mom then?
Oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought about that. Yes, actually, yes, I am. I'm official.
Don't forget, sparkle.
No, I get to do the dance like the lady from Mean Girls.
Dora the dance mom. That's your nickname for the next few weeks. Dora the dance mom.
For the next 4 years.
4 years.
At least she made varsity too, so that means she's good. So I'm great.
There you go. Congratulations. Yes, happy Juneteenth, Zach. Happy Juneteenth, absolutely. This is going to be also, we're going to be celebrating because we love wrestling. We're going to have the update on the rankings for that. We'll just say that
Angel's on the road tonight. Yes, she's on the road tonight.
As the journalist is, Angel is on the road. She is on a special assignment, but she is actually going to broadcast, deliver her indie report live via satellite. Is going to come in, and we're going to have a report from her in a moment. But we've also got some black girl wrestling trivia that we're going to see if you can you beat Dora the Dance Mom tonight on Black Lady Wrestling Trivia, as well as some incredible, some sad, some silver linings, but we've got all that's going fit to print for the women's wrestling news. In fact, without further ado, and hey Jenna, what's going on? And we're going to go ahead and get to the women's wrestling news. What's up in the house? And let's get to women's wrestling and news. Hey, Courtney. Hey. We wanted to kick off because Black Wrestling Podcast came out with their top 50 of black representation in professional wrestling. First of all, it's great that we can celebrate 50 superstars in wrestling, black wrestling superstars, and I would argue that majority of them are major stars. There's a whole bunch of names you would recognize right off the bat. I mean, you can just see it on the cover. A lot, Maya World, Khan, Ron Killings, of course, making a killing. I'm loving what's going on with him right now. Obafemi. And on the cover, the caution tape tells the story. Naomi, we like to call her Trinity, but absolutely. And yes, and Dora, you are diving deep into this list. We're going to kick things off with going through and pulling out the ladies of the BRP top 50. And surprisingly, and I actually think I agree with Courtney here. She would switch number 2 with Naomi. I think a lot. Now, I'm going to make a controversial opinion here later that's going to defend number 2 a little bit. But yeah, I think Naomi deserves that number 2 spot, especially her incredible Emmy-worthy performances with this whole feud with Jade and Bianca, and making that historic moment. But Dora, let's take it away. Tell us who is the controversial number 1, of course, is Obafemi. Number 2 is a controversial pick.
Yeah. I guess controversial is the right term. So we're just gonna do the ladies, guys. Not that the men aren't important, but we're here for the ladies.
Exactly.
So number 2, we have Mercedes Mone.
Oh boy.
As you know, she's been winning all the belts this year. Everybody, has their opinion about her. You know, but congratulations to her. She definitely does deserve it. She's been doing a whole bunch because so they do from May to May, and she technically had 5 belts. She was 5 belts Monet at the time of the list ending.
Mm-hmm.
So she did really good. She had the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Champion, the AEW TBS, the New Japan. She lost that one, right? May 9th.
She lost the New Japan one, yes.
Okay, and then the EWA Women's Champion.
And as we'll get into later, she now has the CMLL Women's Championship. Mm-hmm. So, yes.
Okay, number 3, we have Bianca Belair.
I like this one.
Yes, we like this one. We definitely love this one. She won the Elimination Chamber winner. She was the tag team champion. For the first time for 42 days with Jade, and then 177 days. Is that correct? With I think that's in total for Bianca. So yes, we love it. And then let me see. And then we get to Naomi. She is number 5, Miss Money in the Bank, caution tape. She's been killing it. She was the tag team champion. She's the Money in the Bank winner, and she's literally just overall been showing out this year. And I love that for her because she's one of the ones that often got overlooked as a veteran. And now that she's in the spotlight, I'm so happy for her.
She's finally getting her flowers. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know who I want. I really shouldn't say, but I want someone to break her case just so we can have, like, when Tiffy got her pink case, I need Naomi to get a caution tape briefcase because that would be so amazing to me. And I love everything she's been doing on social media to pretty much just promote all of them, because it's not even just her promoting herself, even though she's talking like shit to like Jade and Bianca and stuff, but more it's like she's still bringing attention to all 3 of them, even if it's just her spazzing out or stalking people or whatever people are gonna say she's
and I would make the argument that one of the things that Jade Cargill has still struggled with is promos, but she doesn't need to really get good promos because she is an action figure. She's like a walking action figure. She's a specimen. Where Naomi is cutting these incredible promos, and that actually helps enhance the whole storyline. And I think it's great. I would love to see Naomi cash in a successful cash in. Not until she gets her caution in the bank briefcase, of course.
Yes, exactly.
She breaks the suitcase, but instead of getting a new one, she uses caution tape to tape it back together, and so it's covered in caution tape. Kind of that whole breaking thing. But I think that Naomi should cash in on Tiffany, or should cash in and become WWE Women's Champion, and then the chase can begin. Is it going to be Jade?
Yes.
But yeah, great stuff. Number 5, I would definitely. I understand why Mercedes is where she is.
Yes, exactly.
Overall, from a performance standpoint, and the significance of being the first Black woman to win Money in the Bank, I feel that deserves a little higher up, but that's just
But there's always next year. She might be higher next year. Maybe she'll even be number 1 next year. We never know. Bianca's actually been number 1 twice on their list, so a woman is able to get first. You know what I mean? So
I predict Naomi will be in the top 10 of the Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I guarantee she'll be in the top 10 next year.
Absolutely.
Guarantee.
Okay. The next we have number 8, our forever Ring of Honor champion since December 10th, 2022.
Yes.
We have Athena.
Longest Ring of Honor champion, male or female. She beat Samoa Joe.
Yes, and she will be having her company's MPX, right? She's
Yes.
announced that she's going to be doing a show in Texas for all the Texas girlies to come and wrestle too. So make sure you get that on y'all's radar.
And just to let you know, her reign will end on June 11th or July 11th in Dallas, Texas, as she defends her title against La Mira Mira Thunder Rosa.
We gotta, you're right. That's our team right there. That's our mission. That's our mission pro. That's our boss right there.
Now,
So.
we'll talk about this more later because we talk about the match, but I'm loving. My only gripe is that this is going to be on a separate Ring of Honor show that Friday instead of on the All In card, unless they're going to do some kind of Thunder Rosa with Persephone and Athena with Billy Starks or something. But yeah, anyways, we gotta get more of this, but yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And then we have at number 14, we have Jade Cargill. Our women's champ, our tag team champ, until she met her imminent demise for a little bit there.
And who was responsible for that?
Our Mrs. Money in the Bank. Naomi. Okay. The next up, we do have Willow Nightingale, which I'm glad she made the list. I love me some Willow. Like, I wish I just, you know how I feel about Mercedes with the belts. Just because there's so many other women I want to have, wrestling her.
The crash out's going to be glorious when she's. That's the thing about belt collectors, and we'll talk about more later. But the crash out's going to be glorious.
Oh, it's going to be so crazy. So
You're
crazy.
going to be like,
I know this is going to seem controversial because people are always like, why the fuck is she on the list? But number 16 is Sol Ruka.
Yeah,
most people don't know. Yes.
Why is Sol Ruka on the list?
Because she does actually have, she technically is a black wrestler, so
she's got a drop of blood in there.
Yeah.
Well, she does have some. She's Soul 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 Ruka, right? She's got a little bit of soul in her. Is that like soul? All right, I thought that was funny, but okay. She's she's got soul, as in like Soul Train. She's Soul Ruka. I like that. Very good, very good.
Okay. Next up, we have number 18, Jada Parker.
Miss Parker.
Yes.
Very nice. They're trying so hard to make her a heel, but the crowd disagrees.
Yeah, we just love her too much. Like, I am excited. Oh, we'll get to that too. I forgot. We're going to get to that. Her matches. We'll just do this for now.
Yes.
Okay, so number 21, we have Kalani Jordan, which I am glad she got put on this list because I know when she first won the title, I was a bit hesitant too about how she was going to like push herself and do all this. So I'm really, really glad that she was able to actually win me over because I love her now. I think she's she's really good. I'm very proud of her.
I think she's underrated. I think she's like NXT Toni Storm to me, where she hasn't found that click. Now, I'm not saying she's going to become timeless Kehlani Jordan. I don't think that's the thing. But I think she needs something. She hasn't found that click yet that's just going to really propel her to the superstar that she needs to be. But it's only a matter of time.
Yes. Okay, I'm scrolling. Okay, that's a guy. Okay, I don't think I skipped anyone. I just want to make sure. Okay, so we're on 16. Kalani. And then, okay, so number 29, we have the beautiful Lash Legend.
Oh, Lash. Very good. Now,
which I need her main roster. I need them to stop playing with my girl. Like, you already got rid of Jakara. Just move her up and let her be another powerhouse with Jade up there on the main roster at this point.
Lash versus Rhea. Let's book it.
Yeah, because we can't keep bringing these wrestlers back down like this. Like, she's already competed multiple times on the main roster and proven that she can do this. So I don't understand going back. But I mean, if they want to like move her up with the next crop of people, I think that would be best. Unless they're gonna do like they did with Trick for TNA and move her over to TNA. But I think she's main roster SmackDown material.
Big time. Big time.
Okay, so number 31, we have Queen Aminata.
The one and only.
Yes, which I for sure thought she was going to be the one to take the belt off Athena, but I get it.
Not yet.
She'll be next.
Not yet. It's going to happen, and she is available. She's going to be part of the free meet and greets on the StarCast. So your boy's gonna, Tio Frio's going to get his picture in a meet and greet with the one and the only. So we're both going to be doing the one thing. You're going to see that coming soon. Maybe even an interview. Maybe an interview. We'll see.
I need her to maybe take the belt back off of Red Velvet too, because I know Red Velvet's been holding that belt for a while too. She's been fighting for that one.
Red Velvet recently got defeated by, oh my goodness, I forgot who it was. But I don't think she lost the belt. I think it was it was one of those qualifier things. Well, I'll look it up. But go ahead.
We'll look it up. Yep. Okay, and then number 36 is Maya World. You know, she's just been winning belts back to back in Texas, outside of Texas.
Yeah.
She's gonna also be on the what is it called? The show for Texas that we were just talking about. The TJPW, is that what it's called?
Yes.
The Ignite. Okay, yeah. She's gonna be on that one. I'm hoping she gets to Japan soon. She's already been doing so much at this point with all the Japanese wrestlers. Like, just send her over there. And then also, I would like to note one of our very own people, or one of our ladies that I know we're competing against her, but she's still my friend. In the We Love Wrestling bracket, Megan Ambers, Miss, if I may speak candidly, she has an article that she wrote because she interviewed Maya for this spot. So if y'all want to check out her article, it actually is really good. And I think she really does highlight her well. And, you know, she talks about Mercedes, because Mercedes is one of Maya's like main, like that's her girl. We always get into it when I see her. She's like, Laura, I hate when you talk about Mercedes online. I'm like, I know you love her, but still. So congratulations to Maya on 36, which is still pretty high up to me. 36 is up there. Let me see. Okay, so at 42, we have Rio. I will confess, I don't know too much about her. I know she's a UK wrestler, and I think she recently came back, something like that. I'm not too sure, but she's definitely someone you want to watch. I think Maya's had some matches against her, and a lot of Texas girlies, because they've just been kind of out of there at this point, like traveling everywhere they can.
You want to really rise. If you want to really rise in women's wrestling, go to Texas. Texas, because look at Kaya Dream. Look at what Kaya Dream left Florida to come to Texas, and look at her success now. Now,
Tiffany Nieves came to Texas. Hollywood Holly J came to Texas. I don't want to be quoted on this, but I think Bayley has moved to Texas because I've seen her training at the Rhodes Academy. I saw her at the Austin, the AAPW is what the school's called. I'm hoping maybe she got a Texas home, and that's why she's been like out here training as often as she has been.
Nobody wants to wish anybody to lose their job, but when Bayley's contract is up, I wouldn't mind her going to AEW or TNA, but I almost think that she could do an indie run. And
I think it would be fun for her to do an indie run.
A lot of fun, and I think she would make a killing, and she would be like Shotzi is right now. She would be booked like every week. She would be booked, and it would be incredible. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Izzy versus Bayley. Izzy versus Bayley and Izzy versus Mercedes both need to happen at some point.
Yes. Okay, so we're at number 45. It's our very own Kick Demon, Janai Kai.
Yes.
She's racking up those points for
and
Nicole. She's on Nicole's.
And she's a free agent. She's no longer MLW. Is she going to stay free agent for a while, or could she show up either NXT or AEW at some point? I would love to see it.
I was kind of sad when I think she's only done like 2 or 3 shows out here when she was a Mission Pro, and I loved watching her wrestle. Like she was so good.
So she has 2 of my top 5 Mission Pro matches. She went the distance with Jody Threat in a one of the Mission Pro matches, and was it La Rosa? La Negra? There was another match she had that was, I think it was La Rosa Negra that was in her, and it was just, incredible. Incredible.
Okay, number 46, we have Jordan Blade. I think she wrestles off the East Coast. I've been hearing
Daddy
her.
of the District.
Yes.
She and Janai Kai are good friends, and she is the submission sniper. She had an incredible match with Miyu Yamashita, and it was a strike fest and a submission fest. And it was at Bloodsport. It was at Bloodsport, and that was I thought that almost stole the show. Got to go see it. I mean, it's not a long match, but they packed all this brutality in there. Definitely worth watching. Great stuff. And I love the Daddy of the District. She's fantastic.
And then I believe, that's actually it for all the women. Number 50 was actually Ron Killings, just to let you know.
Very cool. Very cool. I do have one curiosity because I went through the list. Now, granted, we focus on the women here, but I didn't see Swerve Strickland's name. Is there a reason why he didn't make the list? You think?
I do know the exact reason, actually.
Okay. Yes. Is it too controversial for our show? Should we move on, or should we address it?
It is because one year, basically the 1 year that he was on the list, he didn't like his position on the list. So he told them, don't ever put me on your fucking list again. He said that at the time, he said he doesn't want to be just, I don't want to use the word typecasted. I can't think of the word right now, but he doesn't want to be just known as a black wrestler because he was more than a black wrestler. So he felt like he was too good for this list and told them to never put him on there again. So
I can see his perspective, but I think that's kind of I don't want to say ignorant take, but that makes me sad because this isn't putting you in a box. This is celebrating black wrestlers. But if I came out with another list of celebrating AEW wrestlers, I'd put him on that list. And then I come out with another.
Oh, he'd be happy to be on that list. He would love it because everyone's on it, and Yeah, but I don't. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I don't see if we came out with top 50 Mexican wrestlers, or top 50 Puerto Rican wrestlers, and then Santana got upset because he wants to be more in the Puerto Rican. Now that'd be silly because what does he wear to the ring? Freaking Puerto Rican flag. But I don't see it as, I see it as celebrating that fact, but in addition to, it's not, I don't see it as the fact that we're even celebrating Juneteenth. Neither of us are black, but we're celebrating it. I think one of the stupidest things is to exclude yourself from these kind of things. You want to embrace it. I would just say thank you. And he definitely did not use any kind of thank yous that year.
Yeah. Now, if he came out with a list of the top 50 Jewish wrestlers, I would expect MJF to complain unless he's number one, because that's MJF, But Colt Cabana would be thrilled. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's great," But MJF being MJF, he would definitely. But awesome, Dora. Thank Dora the Dance Mom. Thank you so much for that breakdown. The only thing I would quibble on is Naomi's placement, but maybe next year you'll see.
Maybe next year.
We shall see. Now we got to talk about it. Big plans have kind of hit the side of the mountain here. as many of you already know, Liv Morgan suffered a terrible shoulder dislocation. And this actually
Again, we'll say again,
yes, again.
yes.
As Dora and I were talking before the show, this has been an injury of hers that has plagued her for a while. It's kind of like, if you ever see the movie Lethal Weapon, where Mel Gibson's character, his shoulder can pop out of socket and he just slams it to pop it back in. I actually did that in my senior year in high school. My shoulder popped out of socket during a football game, and I just hit the guy as hard as I could on the next play, and it popped back in. But I had permanent ACL damage, or AC joints damage on it, so it was a really dumb move. But it's requiring surgery, and it does sound like Liv's going to be out for at least 6 months. Which, let me ask you, Dora, should they do now with the women's tag titles? Obviously they had some plans to happen. In fact, rumor had it that what was supposed to happen after this match was Nikki Bella was supposed to come out and confront her, and that WWE's working on a deal with Brie Bella, that it was going to end up being at SummerSlam, the Bella twins versus Liv and Raquel. And just judging by your reaction, I can kind of tell that maybe this is a blessing in disguise. What do you think they should do now with the women's tag belts? Should they vacate them? Should Roxy step up in Liv's place? Should there be a tournament? What are your thoughts on the women's tag belts, and should they continue with this Bella Twins storyline?
I feel like if Naomi can come in and take Jade's place when she was injured, why can't Roxy step up and get in that place? I feel like that would continue the story of like the Dom thing, Finn being happy because someone else is there, that's not Liv. If not, I feel like they definitely need to vacate them. And then since we are going to have Evolution in a month, they keep doing all these brackets. Yeah, just have a 6-women tag. Have have some tag teams that we apparently got rid of all of them. They'll throw some women together. They love throwing random people together. Like, let these other women have a chance. Like, let these tag teams that, they brought Asuka back, Kyrie's back. Let them go for the titles. We got the Secret Hervis. We got the Secret Hervis that can go into the tag title position. If they do vacate, we should still have maybe Roxy and Raquel compete for them.
Yeah.
Who else? What tag teams are left at this point?
Well, yeah, that's what's kind of sad. There is fatal influence down in NXT. What is Solruka? Or Zolruka?
This would be an opportune time to move up some of the tag teams from
Or maybe they shouldn't have gotten rid of Jakara Jackson. We could have had Metaphor. The Meta Girls, but I kind of like the idea of either a tournament or a gauntlet. You could have Roxy and Raquel and still do that deal with the Bella Twins, even if you're not exactly thrilled about that. Okay, I can't confirm 100%, but my sources, my Trust Me Bro sources, say that the plan was, the recently single Nikki Bella, that she's already talked in some promos that she's got a new man. And
I thought she had said on her podcast when they were talking recently that she had tried to date and she was like, she didn't like it.
No, in promo, in kayfabe, she's got a new man.
Oh, okay.
Kayfabe, in real life, no. But here's the storyline. The plan is Nikki is that Liv and Roxy are going to be fighting over Dom, and Dom's going to end up with Nikki Bella.
That would be insanely that would be definitely an Eddie Guerrero move for sure. Can
you imagine the heat? Can you imagine the reaction if here's Dom has gone from Rhea to Liv to Roxy, and just seeing Finn in the background, just going like
Just
a little gnome
giggling.
going, hee, like, I think that would be insane. But my trust me, bro sources, you can trust them as much as you want. Say that was the original plan, but this injury has kind of thrown a monkey wrench in the whole thing. But it's going to be interesting to see how
Stuff to happen besides Liv being a belt holder, like I definitely was, I don't want to say looking forward, but I definitely could see where they were going with her. But with her getting injured, like she just needs to take the time off, especially since this is the second time. Like, how many times are you going to let yourself get hurt until you have a career ending injury? Like, just take the time. But I get it. They don't like to give them the time to heal and stuff like that because TKO has been crazy lately. But I definitely think she should take the time because her being gone 6 months isn't going to ruin anything for her. Like, she'll come back and she'll still be really loved and supported. So,
and I actually think that can help. Like, if you like that, this can allow Roxy to really immerse herself with the Judgment Day group, and really kind of have that whole thing. So then when Liv comes back, it's kind of like, oh, I've been replaced. I don't think so. Also, I do want to kind of point out Kari Sane's tweet there. Kari got a lot of unnecessary heat. People were immediately there's a lot of trolls that were just blaming Kari Sane for being dangerous and, oh, you injured her. No, but if you watch the video, it's one of the most what's common in wrestling is a lot of injuries happen not on necessarily on the dangerous spots, but on the little simple stuff that you do all the time. Mike Santana was out by a simple it was like a simple knee thing that happened. We just twisted the wrong way. Sky Blue, same thing. She got caught. I think it was Hikaru Shida wrong and rolled her ankle. So things happen all the time. I just think it's and I agree, Angel. TKO is just yikes. I like Angel's idea. Roxanne fully sweeps in, takes Dom, and Dom just keeps getting tossed around. We'll see what the Bella twins have to say. But yeah, this isn't Kari Sane's issue. And if anybody understands injury, it's Kari Sane, after that whole Nia Jax thing. But let's move on to let's talk about this Queen of the Ring tournament. I'm really digging this tournament. I mean, granted, Money in the Bank was fantastic, but we got to see the return of Asuka, an epic FU win of Alexa Bliss over Charlotte. When it was a great moment. Charlotte had, I think she had Piper Niven in the figure 8, and then right before Piper tapped, Alexa did the Sister Abigail on Candice LeRae and got the 1-2-3 before the tap, and she's just staring down Charlotte. So we're definitely getting Charlotte and Alexa feud going forward. I'm here for it. Return of Asuka. I miss NXT Asuka. I know she's kind of got this this is like the Kana version of herself. If you follow her YouTube, Kana-chan is her YouTube. That's kind of like the dark Asuka character. Of course, the walking action figure Jade Cargill, Storm is coming, and our girl Roxy is in the mix as well. Dora, who's going to be Queen of the Ring, and why is it Roxy?
I feel like we've all been calling it since, I don't know, what month are we in now? So we're June. I think since December we've all been like, she needs to get moved up and win Queen of the Ring. I think I'm hoping it's her. Not that I don't, want Jade or Alexa or Asuka or anyone, but I just feel like Roxy deserves it the most. She's put in the most work. She was undefeated. Then, Stephanie came in and Julia came in and Zarya came in. But I definitely think Roxy deserves it the most. Jade, I love Jade, but I don't think she's there just yet. I think Naomi needs to get a belt first before they can push her her towards getting a belt.
Yes. I agree.
Because then if she gets a belt before Naomi's gonna cash in, and it might get way too violent for me because Naomi's crazy.
Naomi's unhinged, and I love it, every minute of it. It's I've wanted the Roxy Alexa Bliss feud for some time.
Yeah.
Granted, I think Alexa's gonna feud with Charlotte. Jade's got the feud with Naomi. Asuka just came back. Who knows what she's got going on. But I really think out of the four of them, Roxy's the best choice from a booking standpoint. It'll cement her and legitimize her as a main roster wrestler. She's not going to be dismissed as a mid card. She's going to be, you want someone like Roxy. And if anybody that saw that Money in the Bank match, Roxy was the standout as far as the spots. She had that flip onto Rhea. There's so many. I think Roxy is main event level ready. I think this will put that anointing of her as main event, and then have her. Yeah, that would be especially now with Liv out for a while. That storyline can be she's queen of the ring. Now she's going to get all these accolades. Mm-hmm. And then what is she going to go from there? Unless they do the tag team, but who knows what they're going to do? Yeah, but are we both? Who do you predict? Who do you predict's going to win? Do you think Roxy?
I'm going with Roxy. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be Roxy, and it's Roxy and Alexa, right? Because it's going to be Asuka versus Alexa, and then, or is it Jade versus? Roxy,
I think it's right. I think it's Asuka. I think we're going to get Alexa and Roxy in the finals. I think it's Asuka. It's Asuka, Alexa, and then Jade. Roxy, and then it's going to be
that's going to be such a crazy match because people always don't understand that Roxy was in the indie scene. She literally has wrestled every size woman that Jade's going to definitely beat her up for a little bit, but I think she gets underestimated a whole lot.
Will Naomi cost Jade the tournament?
I think so. That we have that as a factor too, because I don't see anyone. If Liz is injured, I don't see Raquel coming out to keep Roxy from losing. I would be surprised, especially with Raquel getting. She was not injured, but she was she couldn't help Liv on Monday because she was hey, I haven't been cleared. Mm-hmm. What do you want me to do, basically? So there's that as well.
It's going to be interesting. Good stuff. I'm really liking what they're doing here. We're bummed about Liv. We hope she has a speedy, healthy recovery. Not too speedy at the cost of her health, though. We want her to heal up. But the fact that we have Roxy in the position she's in, she can really fill that role. Good stuff going on the women's division, WWE. Also, although we love the Bird Lady, and we are hoping that the Bird Lady continues to get a push. We did get Bayley is not having it with old Bex there. And, again, those of us that were kind of upset with Bayley not getting her WrestleMania moment this year, she kind of socked it to old Bex. What do you think of this feud? Should Bayley dethrone Becky? And then we get that Bayley versus Lyra match, or
I don't even know why Becky came back. That's how I feel about the situation. I'm okay. Becky can go back, home and take care of her baby.
Go write another book, Becky. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She's one of those that we don't need back just because, I don't see her. I don't see the point. I mean, if they're doing the horsewoman stuff, I get it, but I just give Bayley the belt and let's start her feud with Bird Lady back up. You know what I mean? Let's do that. Let's do that.
I love this. She got Debo punched by Bayley. All we need was Chris Tucker going, "You got knocked the fuck out."
Exactly, because it was I don't really care for Becky. So I mean, she was good at a time, but I
liked her as the man. Yeah, I liked her as the man. I thought they were just sacrilege when they had her come out to the river dance in NXT.
Oh,
she
that was
the-
ridiculous.
that was like, it was so embarrassing. But yeah, I think it's, and she's got the heat. We're gonna get Bayley and Bex for the title, I'm sure, but I think it should be Bayley. And when Bayley's contract runs, I would love, like we said earlier, I think she should take some time away from WWE and go do an indie run and just like you said. And I think, it'd be fantastic. Good stuff. Good stuff. If you haven't already, you gotta check out Zelina Vega's Instagram, or she put it on Twitter as well. But Zelina has, I won't even say is winning. She has won me over. As much as I was bummed that Chelsea Green has lost the United States title, Zelina is making this so much more enjoyable than I thought. And she's playing up her tininess. I mean, she's actually she's steering into it. But this was such a fantastic video. I don't want to spoil it too much, but she knocks on Rhea's door and she kind of goes, so she does that little kid kind of thing. Like when she, remember when
I need help.
Yeah, I need help. Like, remember when she messed with Dom she did that prank phone call and she called Dom.
Oh yeah,
and,
this
Dom
is
was
Patrick.
Yeah, it's bad. So she knocks on Rhea's door and she's all like, okay, like, so, like she's a kid, like, so like you're strong and I got this like match coming up. So I got to, I need, some strength training. And it's hilarious. Like you can kind of see like on the far right, she's doing lat raises and Rhea's like, no, you could do more weight. And she's like hanging from the thing. Like,
because she's so little.
She's so tiny. And she's trying to lift this tire, and it's. I don't want to spoil it anymore, but you got to check it out. Pepe knows what I'm talking about because I sent it to him on Instagram. But yeah, it's definitely check it out. And Rhea, and kudos to Rhea for playing along too. Both of them, you can tell, are having fun and enjoying this thing. So I'm loving, and again, I'm loving that Zelina has the championship, another one of those well-deserved titles. And as much as I was bummed about Chelsea Green losing it, I'm loving this reign. What are your thoughts on Zelina?
I love Zelina. I definitely was like you at first. Where I was like, oh, I really wanted Chelsea to keep it because she had worked so hard to get it with her and Michin going back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think Zelina is a good title holder for now. She's entertaining. I know people were always like she copies, Mercedes, or she copies other people. But like Zelina has always been herself, and I'm glad she's getting like this time to like show people that she's actually really funny. Like if you don't watch her pod with Dakota, they're hilarious together. And then she does get her husband in on it because Alistair Black is always like cooking for her because he's apparently a really good chef. So yeah, I think I love her. I'm glad that she got this chance, honestly. And then she has such good gear. Her wigs are always good to me. Like I think she was a good person to put on here, and she's Puerto Rican, so
absolutely crushing it. And we need to see this Zelina more on TV. Like we need to see. That's one of the things is like we need this. We need more segments like this on SmackDown. Like we need to see this kind of like. All right, so and like Pepe says, she's tiny but mighty. Love it. The Inspiration made an iconic return to TNA. Now, granted, they took on two of our family members.
They didn't have to do that to them.
Missa Kate and Brittany Brooks had to suffer the wrath of the iconic mums themselves, Inspiration. But it's great to see Jesse and Cassie back. This pork chop, I'm called a pork chop because of their podcast Offer Chops, which hopefully will come back. But it's great to see them back. I have a feeling that they will be getting the women's tag team gold very soon. They're already harassing the Ash by Elegance crew. And so I think that's what's coming very soon. Granted, yes, a little bit bummed to see, what they did to our girls, but it's great when we see, Brittany Brooks and Missa Kate. Those are two that need to get signed at some point. Those two need.
They're TNA ready for sure.
TNA ready. They're solid. The Chicago sweetheart and all the stuff. Brittany Brooks. Continuing to shine while also being supportive of Chris Bay. Her man, and I think that's fantastic. And we'd love to get them both back on here and chat more with them. But the iconic duo, the iconic mums, the inspiration are back. It's good to see them. And that's another pair that this guy is going to be meet and greeting in Texas on July 11th. I'm going to be busy. They're going to take a lot of my money on the July 11th.
Yes.
But it's going to be so worth it.
Yes, it will be. It will be for sure.
Now, Dora, you have only recently discovered the Iconics, the inspiration. What are your thoughts on them so far, and where do you think they're going to be heading to?
They're definitely winning me over. I do like them. They're funny. I hope they get to do like all those videos you sent me of them doing their interviews with people. Yeah. I hope they get to kind of do that like on TNA. I think that would be cute because that'll introduce some more of the women's roster that maybe some people don't know, that would help with doing background stuff like that. Just like with the Zelina and Rhea thing. If they would put that on TV like as background stuff, that would be so fun. Because it would just open up to us seeing them like behind the scenes, like how they train, who they train with and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got to send you the other one is back when Kenta, who used to be on WWE known as Hideo or something like that, and NXT, and they would harass him in the gym. Like he's supposed to be this badass New Japan wrestler and all serious. And every time they'd see him, like, oh, you're so cute. And look at him. And like he's getting on the plane and they're harassing him. And Jesse McKay put a baby filter on him. And he's supposed to be this tough wrestler. And they go, look at you, the cute little baby. And it's just, it's hilarious, the stuff that they do. But yeah, we're happy that and I keep calling them the Iconics. I wish, WWE should just let them have the Iconic
their name back.
But great stuff. I'd love to see it. And if you don't know, Harley Cameron does their entrance music. She actually did that before she signed with AEW. So if you hear their entrance and you're like, I've heard that voice before, that is Feel the Wrath, Harley Cameron. Fantastic.
That's so funny.
So Blake Monroe had her contract signing on NXT, and as you can see, it went well.
It was going well until these girls whose names I always forget. The
unmemorable faction, Fatal Influence, which it does now seem like I always thought Fallon Henley was the leader of the group, but not so much. Looks like Blake Monroe has her work cut out for her, and she's going to have. Now, you had an interesting thought, and we're going to talk about another NXT, a troubled NXT superstar that our Angel Marie is a huge fan of. And you had a thought that Auntie Blake might be someone to take under her wing.
Yes, I think that would be someone that she should take because right now she's not really with anybody. It seems like she's looking for a home. And, at one point when Blake Monroe was at AEW, she was kind of in a similar situation with someone. Yep. And I think, which I don't know if she's going to come over here and do the same thing where she turns on her partners because I don't want that to happen either. No. Because poor Tatum. Yeah. Hopefully she's turned over a new leaf. And maybe she can take Tatum under her wing and they can tag together. They can just have each other's back. because I do know, I mean, we have seen in some of the scenes where Zarya and Solruka are like, come hang out with us. And then we have, is it Izzy James, right? That's who that girl is?
Yeah, Izzy James.
I
Yeah,
always forget her name. Sorry, guys. But
Yeah.
Izzy James also seems to be biting for her affection, like just come to the dark side. So I don't know. I feel like these little pushes from the other women can hopefully like help her find her place again. So that's why I think Blake Monroe would be a good addition to her. They could just play off of each other. They both wrestle very good. So I think they could take each other to the main roster at some point, if I'm being honest, as a tag.
Yeah, the WWE NXT has done Tatum so dirty, but she still remains popular. And we were rooting for Zulruka to support her, and it did seem like what we'll talk about in a second that inadvertently Tatum cost Zarya her match, but it wasn't necessarily. It was more Soul was distracted, and then Zarya got distracted, and that's how she ended up losing. But one of the things we always know, one of the little tiny Easter eggs I've noticed is that Tatum's dolls usually signal what, like either her mood or something yet to come. Like when she had the orange haired doll, and then Gigi Dolan showed up, and then she had the orange haired and green haired doll, and then that's when Shotzi showed up. Now she's walking around with this broken, naked, hairless doll, and I don't think there's gonna be some broken, naked, hairless.
Yeah, I don't think there's any bald women wrestlers that I can think of.
I think right. I think that's a little, but at least not in this show. But I do think that this is a symbolic of kind of her state of mind, how she feels. But I think it would be a great storyline for her to somehow find some redemption. I don't want her going heel. I don't want her with Izzy Dame, even if Izzy Dame like maybe leads her astray for a while, but then she has that redemption arc. But as you can see by the Tatum Paxley chart, it's suffering builds character, leads to suffering builds character, and so on. Pepe, broken Matt Hardy, kind of having, she is kind of that broken Tatum Paxley,
That was a different kind of broken.
Yeah.
that Matt Hardy was.
This is more like Scream Queen Daphne, and that. But yeah, let's talk about the number one contender qualifier tournament here that we've got. We had Lash Legend got a W. Jordan Grace is continuing to just evolve, eating her Wheaties, just looking like a superstar. I know she's supposed to be main roster bound. I wouldn't mind her sticking around NXT a little longer and just kicking some major ass and being almost like maybe a locker room leader for a while. Izzy Dame got the W over Zarya, and it was because of distraction with Tatum Paxley, which it's so sad because she's just like trying to just be supportive, but it ended up costing Zarya the match. And then controversy. We got to talk a little bit about Miss Parker. I thought this was kind of a cool moment. Is Thea tapped. Thea won, Thea got her to tap, but the ref didn't see the tap. So Thea lets go of the submission thinking she won, and the ref didn't call for the bell, and then wham, Jada hit her with the Sweet Cheek music and dropped her, got the 1, 2, 3. Controversial, but I don't, but the crowd disagrees with the booking here. I don't see Jada Parker as a heel. I see her as a reluctant baby face. And I think that's another one that I could see by the end of the year being main roster. First of all, what are your thoughts on Miss Parker? And then just maybe go through each of these on your thoughts, and who do you think is going to emerge as number one contender?
They finally give Jada something, but I really want Lash to get this. Like, I think it's her time to get the belt. It's just so tough, I guess. Because those are my two. Like, I really want Jada or Lash to get this. Like, they've been there the longest. They put in the most work. And they deserve the belts. If not, just throw them into a tag team. We random throw girls into tag teams all the time. Give
You
them
get
a
a tag
tag
team. You get a tag team.
Yeah, and they've both been main roster at this point. Jada
Yeah.
debuted, for the Women's Royal Rumble. Like I said earlier, Lash has been all over the main roster. Like, give them a chance. You already took Jakara away from her. Give her a chance. So
Pepe in the chat says she kind of reminds me of a young Miz with the attitude. I think he's referring to Miss Parker.
Jada.
I can see that. I actually, to me, she I think even her entrance music says it all. It's like she stepped out of a Grand Theft Auto video game, as a main character, and I love that. Personally, I think Jordan Grace is going to be the one that wins. I do love Lash Legend. I think she would be fantastic to. I think that she would be a fantastic addition to in the scene, addition to the main roster, and of course the Izzy Dame storyline with Tatum, as we're talking about. But yeah, out of those 4, 3 of them will be on the main roster by the end of this year. I predict.
Yes, for sure.
Out of those 4, and then Izzy Dame will probably step up a little bit more. All right, we got to move on here again to your favorite part of this segment. We got it, and we're gonna get to this because we're gonna jump off here in a little bit, but we got to get to your this segment here. Is the belt collector herself, Mercedes Moné, is now defeated Zeuxis at CMLL, at the AEW CMLL Grand Slam Mexico. The match itself was good, but the aftermath, and like you said, first of all, congratulations, Mercedes.
Yes.
She is
outfit
officially
cute.
dating.
Yes,
She's officially dating Frank Mortos, attorney at RAR. And you made a comment earlier that's a benefit. How is that a benefit to Mercedes now?
Because look at these fits. Like, my girl was suffering. I was so disappointed in some of her outfits. I was like, there's no way she went from that to this, like, so quickly.
Yep.
So I am glad that she's been getting these cuter outfits. Again, I don't want to take anything away from her being a good wrestler, but I just don't think she needs these belts. Like, I know people are like, her having these belts gets eyes on these companies, but if you're not going back to wrestle at these companies, there's no point in her having the belt. What's the point besides you holding it hostage at this point?
I do like what you're saying. I do think though that the what I love about these belt collector runs is the crash out that happens afterwards. And contrary to what a lot of people are predicting, I think she's going to lose to Toni Storm. And
you think she's gonna lose? I don't know, friend. I
know that's controversial. I'm in the minority, but I think that's gonna start the crash out, because then
has she been there a year? She's been with AEW a year now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I think Athena is then going to challenge title for title. Actually, no, it'll maybe Thunder Rosa gets the Ring of Honor title. Athena's gonna challenge for the TBS title. And then you've got CML. I think what's going to start to happen, much like how it happened with Kenny Omega, as he slowly started to lose the title belts. She's going to start to lose and crash out, and we're going to be here for it. But if you get a chance, you got to watch not only the match, but you got to watch the aftermath, where Toni Storm, goddess, she's doing dressed as Carmen Sandiego. And she does this great promo. She distracts Mercedes with Mina Shirakawa, comes up from behind her, sniffs her, rips off her trench coat, beats her up, and just it cuts an incredible promo. I am so hyped for this. It's great stuff. And you gotta give it to Mercedes with her reaction. I mean, she had that like, oh, she's definitely afraid, and she got suplexed like you said. There's a video going around.
The Sonic Queen.
She got nailed like the Sonic Queen. She was knocking Sonic rings everywhere. All the belts went flying. It was fantastic. Yep, Pepe says she's like Icarus, too close to the sun. Careful, Icarus. Yep, she's flying a little too close. Also, after she was posing with all her belts, La Catalina showed up and issued a challenge. So that on in Viernes 20, so tomorrow, she's going to at Fantastica Mania in Mexico, CMLL, Mercedes is going to be defending that CMLL title with La Catalina. La Catalina has already made herself known. She's wrestled Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm. I think that La Catalina is going to be a name we're going to see a lot going forward in AEW. And I think that at Forbidden Door, I think we might see her again. While I don't think Mercedes is going to lose the title here, I do think that we're going to see a really huge showing from La Catalina. She's definitely one to keep an eye on. And that's one that I would love to see if a certain Mission Pro promotion returns. That's somebody I want to see join us.
On the card.
Speaking of Mission Pro, happening right now, Global Wars Mexico. This took place yesterday, but I believe it's airing tonight. At the ROH CMLL joint venture, Athena and Billy Starks is a tag team versus Thunder Rosa and Persephone. I really like this union of Thunder Rosa and Persephone. I've really gotten to know Persephone a lot more. I think she's fantastic. And this is, of course, setting up what we all kind of know is happening. This is setting up the Thunder Rosa Athena feud that's going to, I think, accumulate in Texas. Needs to happen on the All-In card, or if they're going to do the title match on Ring of Honor, there needs to be some kind of match similar to this. Maybe a three-way. You have Athena get a third member and Thunder get a third member and have that on the buy-in or something. But you got to have these Texas girls on this card in some way. But this, if you have a member of the Honor Club, you got to watch this match. You got to see what I'm saying about Persephone. I mean, I'll sing the praises of Athena, Billy Starks, Thunder Rosa all day long on here, but you got to check out Persephone. She's Thunder to put her seal of approval. You know, when Thunder puts her mark on you, like she gives you the Thunder Rosa rub, that means she approves. Like that means she's going to vouch for you, and she is definitely taking Persephone under her wing, and that's somebody that we will see in the Texas wrestling scene as well as the Mexico wrestling scene. That's somebody to watch. Super excited for that. Why nobody picked her up in the draft, I don't know. We got to get to a couple more things here. Really quickly, the Izzy report. I know that I'm on my way up to the stars. There you go. Okay, that's the intro. So Izzy's taking on she's making her IWC debut to Mila Moore against Mila Moore. It's going to be it's a IWC title match in Elizabeth, PA. Don't know if Izzy's going to be able to grab the title, but it's cool to see Izzy traveling around everywhere. She's in PA, she's in Florida. You know, she got Elena Black coming up. She's got all these different matches. Brent, of course, he is Mr. PA. He's in the Thunder Army. He's going to be there on location. The General Thunderbolt himself is going to be there, so maybe he can hop on with us and give us a rundown. Maybe he can give us the Izzy report next week. Perhaps. I think that would be really cool. But we wish you the best there, BFF. Good luck. Maybe you'll get another strap with the Mission Pro title. And we wish a happy birthday to Cali Tita. Yes. You know that Tommy wished her happy birthday.
Yes, he told her the happiest of birthdays. I love you.
Yes, definitely. And she also is part of what you talked about earlier, the Ignite Texas, June 29th. She's going to be part of, or we were talking about something else, but it's a joint. It's Hybrid, United 210, and one other. I think one
New
other
Texas
company.
Pro.
New Texas Pro. Thank you. New Texas Pro. And it's going to be part of the Ignite Texas, and she's going to be involved. So Calientita is burning up the scene. She is living up to our, Rising Star award from last year. She is killing it this year, and she is spicing everything up. So that is our news for today. We do have two more quick things before we depress everybody with the wrestling draft rankings. We want to take a moment to celebrate Black Girl Wrestling for Juneteenth. And so without further ado, I would like to challenge you, Dora the Dance Mom, as well as the chat, to Black Girl Wrestling Trivia. You're going to be in the Maddie, aka Top Rope Squishy hot seat that Top Rope Squishy says officially that we can use while she's on hiatus. But we are going to do you're going to feel the heat. Black Girl Wrestling Trivia in honor of our girl. Now, some of these might be ridiculously easy. Some of these might be a challenge, but it's all to honor the milestones that Black Lady Wrestling has accomplished over the years. All right. Are you ready, Dora?
Yes, as ready as I can.
Are you ready, chat? Chat is ready. Here we go. First question. What significant milestone did Sandy Parker achieve in 1973? Did she become the first Black female wrestler to win a world title? Become the first female wrestler to defeat a male wrestler? Or become the first female wrestler to sign a sponsorship deal?
I would think it's to win a world title, I would assume.
Is that your final answer?
I don't think there was many sponsorship deals in general for women, so I don't know if it's that. Yeah, I'll go with the female wrestler to win a world title.
All right, and the correct answer is yes, she became the first Black female wrestler to win a world title. It was actually in New Japan, or actually Old Japan.
Old Japan.
Not New Japan. It was actually Old Japan. It was like the worldwide Japan wrestling or something. But she was the first Black wrestler to win a world title. Historic, in 1973, historic moment. By the way, I had to look it up. No relation to Jada Parker, but I had to double check to make sure if maybe there was an influence there of some point. But there you go. Congratulations. That was such a moment. Great. You got the first one, Old Japan. Yeah. Not New Japan. All right. Question number 2. Who recently became the first Black female wrestler to win a championship in Japan, Mexico, the United Kingdom, and the United States? Was it Naomi, Mercedes Moné, or Hollywood Haley J?
Obviously, it was Mercedes, not Hollywood Haley J.
Wait, Hollywood Haley J is not Black? Okay.
What? How crazy.
Yes, of course, it was Mercedes. She won Japan, Mexico, United Kingdom, and the United States. Maple Leaf Wrestling is available. Hey, Giselle Shaw with versus Mercedes might be interesting. So she could add Canada to that. But yes, that is the correct answer. All right, next question. This is a tough one. Be careful. Who became the first Black woman to win the women's Money in the Bank in 2025? Don't let the pictures distract you.
This confused me. How crazy. I have no idea.
I wonder who it is. Sponsored by Cash App.
Yes. No, it's Naomi.
Of course, it was Naomi. Yeah, very tough
number
question.
Number five.
Yes, number 5 on the Black Wrestling rankings. Maybe we should come up with the Mission Pro Spotlight rankings at some point. Maybe we could.
Of all the girls that have ever wrestled, that would be so good.
I think that would be cool. All right, next question. Who became the first Black woman to win the WWF Women's Championship in 1998? It's a tough one. You gotta be careful with this one. This one's This is a tough one. You gotta think about it.
Thinking 98.
There's one you can eliminate just because of the title she's holding.
Yeah, obviously Alicia Fox was not wrestling in 1998. I think it was, I want to say Jacqueline. I'm going to say Jacqueline. I think it was Jazz though, but I think Jacqueline.
So Jacqueline's your final answer, but you think it was Jazz?
Yeah.
Good for you. It was Jacqueline.
Okay.
It was Jacqueline.
Okay.
Jazz did win it later on, but Jacqueline was the first Black woman to win the women's title in a historic moment. All right. And question 5. Who was the first Black woman to win the TNA Knockouts Championship in 2008? Don't let the picture fool you on this one. And I mean that sincerely this time.
Was it Charmel? I know it wasn't Trinity. I don't think it was Awesome. I'm going to go with Charmel because I don't think it was. Was it Awesome Kong? I'll go with Charmel.
Ooh, it
Is it
is
wrong?
Awesome
It's Awesome
Kong.
Kong. That's
Awesome
okay. That's
Kong.
okay.
Thea Stevens was the first Black woman to win the TNA Knockouts Championship.
I knew that. I know that too. I don't know why. I just
But
wanted it to be Charmel, I think.
well, Charmel won the Spinaroonie Championship,
Yeah, exactly.
and she's got to keep her hubby from gooning
Oh
on
yeah.
Stephanie Becker. ah ah ah. All right, bonus question. You can make it up. You can make up for this one with the bonus question. Here we go. How long was Jade Cargill's win streak as the inaugural TBS champion in AEW?
I'm so upset with myself because I was there the night that she wrestled like 5 different people or whatever that thing was.
Now,
was it
she had this many wins, and then Statlander defeated her for the title, but she had broken this. I'll give you a hint. It's a round number. It ends in 0. It ends in 0. It's a 2-digit number that ends in 0. I'll give you.
It's 30, right?
No, I'll give you multiple choice. 50, 60, or 70.
I think it was 60.
Final answer?
Yeah, I'll go with 60.
You are correct. 60 wins.
Because I was there that night. She beat up Danny B. She beat up like 3 different people. I was in the arena. I was like, oh my gosh, poor Danny. I feel so bad for her. So
unbelievable. Yeah, but it was great it was great though that she was on the list, and hopefully we'll see Danny B again. I don't know what the King Bees are up to lately. I don't know if they split up or what. I haven't heard much from them together, but we shall see. But yeah, 60 wins for Jade. Then she lost. She dropped the belt to Statlander and promptly got on the express jet to WWE and made her debut. All right, it's time. Before we go, we got to get to it. We got to remember what we're playing for. But here is the We Love Wrestling draft.
Like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's 2 Street.
All right, here we go. The official rankings are in. I know you're excited about it. Here we go. At the top of the list, if I may speak candidly, with 16 points.
I don't know how she accomplishes. I'm so mad at her.
Countdown City WrestleCast. Well, she has Masha. We'll actually break it down in a second. Countdown City WrestleCast with 14. Meet Us in the Ring at 11. Down for the Count with 9. And tied for last place, Knopf and Stud Stash at 7. With Mission Pro Spotlight also at 7. Just to kind of take a look. Here's the breakdown of points for each of the wrestlers chosen. As you can see at the top, I said it before. I said whoever gets Masha is going to have a good shot. I'm not surprised, but I didn't think Miyu Yamashita would be at 4. But and if you kind of look at if you look at Tall Can, 4 of those 7 are Stephanie Vaquer.
I think Maya has 3 wins. Did we add the tag team titles after all?
I believe, yeah. Actually, that's 2 wins. There's 2 wins total for Maya, according to what I have. Yeah, that includes the tag team. I believe that includes the tag team win. Megan Bain with 2. Now, here's what's deceptive. This is wins. You look at Janai Kai, she only has 1 win since we started on the 23rd of May. But Janai Kai has participated in many matches. A lot of these wrestlers have participated in more matches than they've gotten wins. It just these are the wins that they've got.
Wins, yeah.
Exactly. And like Kinsey Page, she got 3 wins like in a 24-hour period. Mercedes, of course, Sayak Kamitani, Hyan, of course, she's got 2 wins, but you can see the top. You look at the top of the list: Stephanie Vaquer, Miyu Yamashita, and Masha Slamovich racking them up. I like the indie. We might be seeing Roxy get some more dubs going forward. Tiffany Nieves crushing it, not just on NWA but on the indie scene, and hopefully we'll see Willow get some more dubs here soon. But yeah, let's look at our Mission Pro team. Oh, I just passed him. Tiffany's not doing much of anything. We hopefully maybe Izzy's going to get a dub this weekend. And
Yes.
Paxley needs to get some dub. Kaya Dream, let's go. Let's get some here's what we need to do. Here's what I encourage. If you are a podcast and you want your teams, your stable to do very well, start reaching out, get them booked. Start hit social
Get some
media.
matches on your book.
Exactly. Say, hey, it can happen. One morning I made the mere suggestion that Shotzi should challenge Matt Cardona for the Indie God title, and that afternoon GCW booked it. So, in fact, she just got served papers. She's being sued by, I think, Mark Sterling. But anywho.
Oh yeah, because of the name.
So, anyways, this is the current rankings. We'll update them every Thursday evening. I'm going to shoot these out to their respective podcasts. Go check out all these different podcasts, especially Tall Can Listening. I understand that there are. Well, I understand that there's going to be some special guests coming on that show soon, and that's going to, of course, I think it's going to be funny if you guys are tied when you guys show up there.
Oh, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight.
It's going to be a problem. You're going to rip Stud Stash's stash off.
Yes. I'm not bringing them their beers that day. They're not getting their beer. They're going to be sober with their
You're going to be cut off, man. You're cut off, man. Oh, that's cool. Well, Dora, thanks so much again for being my co-pilot tonight. Dora, the dance mom. And Angel Marie is on assignment. Oh, we do have a quick update. I'll tell you what I'll do. Dora, I know you have to hop off in just a little bit. But I do have we do have the indie report from Angel. I got to upload here real quick, and okay. I know you got. If you have to hop off, you can. Or
yeah, I'm definitely gonna, just because I have to drive. I got to go drop her off before 8:15. So
awesome.
But thank you for having me. I missed
absolutely.
Angel. Definitely, Angel was missed. I don't know if she's still in the chat, but. Yes.
We miss Angel, but we know she's on special assignment, and hopefully she'll be able to pop on. Dora, thank you so much. I'm going to close out with Angel's report, and then we'll see you next week when our special guest, Dora, be there or be square.
Yes.
Our guest is Carolina Reaper from Micro Wrestling.
For Micro Wrestling. I'm so excited. I feel like I manifested this for us. It took 2 years, but we got here. 2 years, but we got here.
It's going to be awesome. Yes. She's super stoked to be part of this. I'm super stoked. I know you are. So we'll see you later, Dora. Go be an awesome dance mom. And
bye. Yes.
I will
have
see
a
you
good
later.
rest of the show.
Absolutely. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here. And let's get here going. Here we go. Without further ado, here is the indie report from Angel Marie.
Hey, Spotlight fans. Oh, this lighting is crazy. I'm currently in a car right now, but I just thought I should recap the women's wrestling action that happened this past weekend in San Antonio. So first we had United 2-0, Take Me to the Top, and it was our United 2-0 women's champion, Key Vibes, defending her title against Ridley Thorne, the Sensational Savage. Beat the shirt. And Emmy Camacho in a triple threat, and Key did come out victorious. And then the next night at the Hybrid School of Wrestling Summertime Madness, it was the team of Calientita and Anarchid Ash versus Ridley Thorne and Key Vibes. And Ridley and Key won via countout because Ash and Callie got pretty mad at each other halfway through the match. Started fighting, went outside the ring, and then got a count out. And even after the bell rang, they were still fighting. So, expecting a follow-up match for that. And after, Ridley Thorne called her shot, and she is now getting a title shot against the Hybrid Women's Champion, Key Vibes, at a later date. So, yeah, super fun, really great shows. And, yeah, sorry I can't be on right now, but I love you guys. Mwah!
Well, we love you too, Angel, and we know that you're on special assignment. So, Mission Pro family, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will see you next time. Have a great weekend. Enjoy wrestling. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And goodbye. Mwah, and good night.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.